back here now, joined by Nick and Jay from Bandai Namco.
Hello.
Yes.
Happy TwitchCon.
Yes.
Happy
Same
TwitchCon.
Hurt already.
Yeah. That was a pre-existing injury.
Oh, it didn't happen today. All right. Well, I hope you're okay.
I'm all right.
I know the fans of Dark Souls are very okay because Dark Souls 3 is something that everybody's talking about, and I just want to dive right into talking about that in just a minute. Tell us what you guys are doing here at TwitchCon first.
So here at TwitchCon, we're just talking to a lot of different streamers. We're excited for the launch of Dark Souls 3, so we're kind of planning ahead, talking to as many people as we can, so when the time comes that we can get the word out as much as possible. We don't have an official booth or presence here, but we're out going to panels, talking to everybody that we can.
Gotcha, feeling it out. So what are you looking for? Information about what people are looking for out of the streams of the game, or what?
Yeah, just talking to people who are broadcasting stuff on Twitch, getting a feel for what they want to see, what they want from us, and what we can do with them. Just networking with everyone and having a good time. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Well, and this is an interesting thing, right? Because Twitch is getting so big so fast, and I think that on the developer and PR side, it's understanding how this is influencing the development of games, the positioning of games, the way that games are perceived. It's all changing quickly because all of a sudden your game has to be really fun to watch, not just play. Sure. So talk a little bit about how that is impacting your projects at Bandai Namco.
I mean, Dark Souls has been around for a little while now.
Yeah.
And it's found a second life or a third life on Twitch or YouTube or anything like that. People love to watch people play Dark Souls, and that's something that From Software wants to take and kind of put more work. Even with Dark Souls 2, there's more work being put into the online portion, to give the game longer legs, to let people play and experiment more with different builds and stuff online. So that's what we're hoping will catch on even more with Dark Souls 3, that people will play and kind of keep the game's life going on way past launch.
Yeah, and also it's good for the developer as well, not just with Dark Souls, but other games like Naruto and stuff like that, where we kind of have on-the-fly feedback from fans that developers can take into context to kind of see what people like, see what they don't like, and kind of adjust games that are in development, if it makes sense, and kind of see what people are into.
Well, every game is different, obviously, and every community surrounding that game is different, so understanding what appeals to those fan bases. Obviously, in Dark Souls, it's about survival, it's about the hardcore nature of it. What are you finding that people are enjoying the most about streams of Dark Souls?
It's mostly, the game is an experience. The first time you play, there's stuff jumping out at you, there's all these different challenges, so watching people put themselves up to that challenge and then seeing how people can overcome it in all these different ways. Some people are like, you know what, I want to beat this boss, and I'm not quitting until I do. And they could be at it for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours.
Yep.
And that being able to be a shared experience online for thousands of people is so cool to watch.
Yeah.
And there's also the streamers who are incredibly good at the game, spend hundreds of hours, and just seeing the way they tackle bosses. Like, I'm on a no die run. I'm not going to die, no death run, have limited items. I'm not going to.
Does that happen?
That happens.
Yeah.
Speed runs. I'm not going to level up my character. We're going to see how far I can get. And the feats that they go through and just seeing how they beat bosses is something to see. Yeah.
Now, and again, Dark Souls is a huge focus for you guys. What can you tell us about Dark Souls 3? You've not spoken about anything new regarding the actual game itself as of late, have you?
Most recently, we were at a Tokyo Game Show,
right?
And we kind of showed off some gameplay, just straight off like direct feed gameplay for the first time to everybody to get it out there. We showed off some new kind of animations, some new like armor and kind of character models.
Sure.
We showed off kind of miracles and magic for the first time in Dark Souls 3, what they look like now. But that's what's going on. What else are we talking about?
Yeah, the big thing was introducing the magic system. Well, the big difference from Dark Souls 3, from the previous 2 Dark Souls, is the inclusion of a MP gauge. So in the last 2 games, you had a number of casts. Now you have a refillable magic bar where you can upgrade or refill that with a new Estus flask or Ash Estus flask. And that's refillable at bonfires the same way as your normal HP Estus flask. And we also showed off the skills, which we previously called battle arts, with the magic as well. So with the magic sorcery caster, you can kind of buff your wand or your catalyst to kind of shoot out more magic, higher damage magic attacks. With the miracles, with the talisman, and this makes sense for everyone who knows what Dark Souls is.
You're speaking their language, man.
You can now cast miracles. You get super armor, so even if you get hit, you'll be able to do a heal or do a lightning spear or something like that. So just these little added features that go into make the magic more viable for magic users.
Sure.
Right. And obviously, as we're here at Twitch, one of the big things that people keep talking about is the feedback that developers and brand managers get from the communities as they're playing the games. Dark Souls is an interesting beast, right? Because it came out, nobody really kind of knew what it was going to do. It, after Demon Souls, and this series has been going, it's been great. But now it's at a point where, are those things being implemented because of fan feedback specifically, or were those design choices that you've always wanted to implement, but now is the right time, or how does that come about?
From Software is a independent. They like to do their own thing. From Software, we give them feedback all the time. They take feedback from the players all the time, but they also want to build the game that they want to make. We send them feedback. We try to help them tweak kind of balance and different mechanics. But in the end, they're going to make the game that they want to make, which is I think what makes them special in the industry is that they have that freedom to kind of make that game. So this has been the loose connection of players online has been their vision from the beginning. So I don't want to take any credit away from them because that's what they've always wanted.
Yeah. And so last question, as a company, Bandai Namco, how do you feel that the progression of Twitch, especially with today's announcement of video on demand coming to this service and the ability to be like a one-stop shop entertainment source for video games, as a company, how does that impact your level of intensity in terms of how you're approaching Twitch, how you're approaching Twitch streamers and their capabilities to help get the word out about your games?
Sure, yeah, well, it's definitely we're looking more into it recently. We're looking more into, like today we're reaching out to the broadcasters, streamers, and kind of see what they're up to, what they want from us. We're definitely investing a little bit more into it now than we have in the past. Jay's out there talking to these guys. We're getting our games to as many of these streamers as we can, building relationships.
You're here talking to people.
Yeah, we're talking to people. We're talking
breaking your arms.
Yeah, breaking arms, trying to literally. So yeah, it's a lot more of initiatives for us to be on Twitch and kind of be something that people look out for with us.
And I think everybody on the publisher-developer side has seen the shift of how important Twitch is. Like, the game could blow up on Twitch and overnight, sell 100,000 copies. And we have to, as a marketing, as PR, publisher, we're shifting to cater to that more. We want to reach out to more streamers, we want to get our games out there more. We want to make sure they have our games when they come out. Day one, when Dark Souls 3 is ready, we want to make sure it's all over Twitch, and that's definitely a focus for us.
Awesome. All right, now, release date for Dark Souls is just 2016.
April 2016.
April 2016.
Yeah. April 2016. All right, so you don't have that much longer to wait. So Nick, Jay, thanks so much for coming by. We appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your first TwitchCon, and don't break the other arm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, guys.